पंचकोशादियोगेन
तत्तन्मय इव स्थितः
तन्मय इव स्थितः
शुद्धात्मा नीलवस्त्रादि
शुद्धात्मा नीलवस्त्रादि
योगेन स्फटिको यथा
योगेन स्फटिको यथा
पंचकोशादियोगेन तत् तन्मय इव स्थितः। शुद्धात्मा शुद्धात्मा पंचकोशादियोगेन तत् तन्मय इव स्थितः। यथा नीलवस्त्रादियोगेन स्फटिकाः इव स्थितः। The great philosopher and extraordinary social reformer and enlightenment personality appears on this earth in the form of Sri Shankaracharya. And he is like a extraordinary teacher. Skillful teacher, efficient teacher. Efficient teacher is one who imparts his own ideas, thoughts, and philosophy to his students. As a guru or preceptor or as a disciple, they are different from each other, but from the standpoint of deep understanding and conviction. So the conviction and deep understanding is not different from each other. What understanding and conviction is established in the teacher, the same conviction and understanding get established in their students. Students are the reflection of teacher. Teacher sees himself in them. The students are more near than nears and dears like other relatives. Teacher cannot give the more and more time to his family members, but he give time to his disciple because he imparts his own emotions, feelings, and ideas in their students. In the same way, Shankaracharya is like a Loka Guru. He is a Jagat Guru. is the preceptor or the guru, the master of entire world. Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashyakritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah. He is so compassionate, so kind towards entire humankind. So he wanted to impart the knowledge of the self to entire human being. And we have important instruments like gross body, subtle body, and causal body, by which we can go near the deep understanding of the self. Therefore, since through 3-4 days, we have studied the concept of gross body, subtle body, and the causal body. And the next topics is very near to previous topics. So the concepts of three bodies and concepts of panchakoshas are related to each other. From three bodies, the concepts of panchakoshas will arise. We have studied gross body. The Shankaracharya has given the name gross body is like we can't say that is like, but Annamaya Kosha exists in gross body. So gross body and the Annamaya Kosh both are identical with each other. Just two different name indicating one and the same entity, that is called physical body. So when we use the term Annamaya Kosha, it means gross body. And just yesterday, we have studied the concept of causal body, which is the beginningless, anadi anirvacha. It is undescribable. It is beginningless. Avidya, ignorance. From it, two products comes out, that is called gross and subtle body are the products of this causal body. Therefore, they both are effects, and this body is the cause. So causal body is the cause of two remaining bodies. Okay. So causal body is called here as a Anandamaya Kosh. So Anandamaya Kosh exists in causal body. In simple language, we can say in this way also. The causal body and Anandamaya Kosh both are identical to each other. So Anandamaya, with the reference of these topics, we can say that Anandamaya Kosh exists in causal body, and Annamaya Kosh exists in gross body. Okay. There are 5 koshas. Out of 5 koshas, we have divided 2 koshas. One Anandamaya Kosh exists in causal body, and Annamaya Kosh exists in gross body. How many koshas are remaining now? 3 koshas. Manomaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, and Vijnanamaya Kosha. These 3 koshas are existing in subtle body. Little bit different words we will use it for them. Gross body, Annamaya Kosha belongs to gross body.
Gross body.
Anandamaya Kosha belongs to causal
Causal
body. And Manomaya, Pranamaya, and Vijnanamaya, these 3 koshas belong to
subtle body.
body. So, subtle body is equal to Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya.
Okay.
Gross body is equal to
Annamaya.
Annamaya Kosha. Annamaya Kosha. And the causal body is equal to
Anandamaya Kosha.
Anandamaya Kosha. So, while studying these Pancha Koshas, we have to again focus on thought on 3 bodies. By deep thinking, Shankaracharya imparts us that the pure self is your true nature. The self is untouched by everything. It is pure. It is immaculate. It is, can I say that, uncontaminated. So, it is uncontaminated. It is pure existence, consciousness, and bliss by nature. Atman is existence, consciousness, and bliss by nature. It is eternal. It is a self-effulgent. It is principle of illumination. It is substratum. And it is you. I, you, he, him. See, these are the labels are given to that one principle that is called self. So all these are the indicators. I, you, he, she, it. These are the indicators. Who indicate these indicators? These indicators indicate one and alone non-dual principle, that is the self.
Yes.
So, we should not give the attention to indicators. We have to shift our attention from indicators to indicated.
Hmm.
Indicated. So self is indicated by these indicators. So these are the medium. These are the medium for indicating something. And that something is self. And that self is pure, eternal, constant, immaculate, uncontaminated, and principle of life.
What is immaculated?
Shuddha. So pure. And that is your true nature. That true nature is a reflection of supreme consciousness. The supreme consciousness is reflected in intellect. So in intellect, there is a reflection. And that reflection is reflected from the supreme consciousness. The supreme consciousness get reflected in the intellect. That is the called Chidabhasa consciousness. That reflected consciousness is a Chidabhasa. It is also pure, uncontaminated, existence, consciousness, bliss, and untouched by the external factors. Oh, it never get mixed with anybody. And no one external factors mix with self. It is always remains separate from everything. As though it appears mingled with external activities or external elements. But while appearing the intermingling with them, it is remains separated in all times, all situations, all conditions. But because of ignorance, but because of non-apprehension, we create many misapprehension by our own thought. So, misapprehension is the creation of our own mind. Why do we have many misapprehension, imagination of mind? Because of non-apprehension of reality. Therefore, Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha, Vijnanamaya Kosha, and Anandamaya Kosha, these are misapprehension. These are misapprehensions. These are imaginations by our own thoughts. So, these are the imagination. These are the products. These are your children. You created. You gave reality. And you gave a very grand reality and decided that you are that. But you are like that. But due to lack of understanding, we think, we consider we are that. We are that. That thing and I am not separate from that. And that is not separate from me. So, by mistakenly, we identify ourselves with external objects. And whatever the properties, qualities, activities, effects, and modifications are happening in external elements, we impose all the external qualities on us because we become one with that. One with that means we become one with external elements. Therefore, Shankaracharya has used the term Tat Tanmaya. Tat means that. That means that Annamaya Kosh, that Pranamaya Kosh, that Vijnanamaya Kosh, that Anandamaya Kosh, that gross body, that subtle body, that causal body. Why do we use that? That the word that use that object which is away from us. So the body is not our nature. Three bodies are not our natures. And Panchakoshas are not our own true nature. They are different from me. They are different from us. Therefore, collectively we can use the term that. Tat. But we are so ignorant, we forget our own true natures. It means we do not know who am I. That is called non-apprehension of ultimate truth. We are unaware of that ultimate truth. So, if we are unaware, means non-apprehension. So, non-apprehension causes misapprehensions. Misapprehensions means misunderstanding, misconceptions, imaginations, one's own mental creations. And that we are identified with that creation, that imaginations, and become one with that. So, whatever nature is that, I say that this is my own nature. Tat tanmayo, tat tanmayaha. But Shankaracharya used the term eva. You are not completely like that, as though you are like that. As though you are like that, it means you are not completely that. Okay. Before discussion, I would like to give one example. Then the idea will become more clear. We have seen water. Many places, ponds, rivers, well. And on that water, you might have seen moss, M-O-S-S,
Moss.
moss. From where that moss born?
From the water only.
Out of water. Where does it exist?
On the surface of water.
On the surface of water. And who covers whom?
Moss covers water.
Moss covers water. Okay. In this example, moss arises from the water. Moss exists in the water, and moss covers the water.
By taking the nutrients from the water.
Yes, by taking the nutrition from the water. And we do not become able to see the clean water. We see something green, lawns are spreading there. As the children, they want to play on that green lawn. So they runs towards that green lawn. And moment they step down on that lawn, they get sink into the water. And they feel the suffocations. And sometime they will die in that water. Because of misconception, because of misunderstanding. They don't know the nature of that moss. By mistakenly, they thought that moss is not moss, but it is a
Lawn.
green lawns. So they jumped on that, sank into that, die into that. So the imagination become cause of their real death. They have imagined that there is a green lawns. So they jumped on that. But they have gone deep into the water, and due to suffocations, they died there. It means the own imagination become cause of their death.
Exactly.
Because lack of understanding, misapprehension of the moss becomes the cause of misapprehension like a lawns, and jumped on that and died there because of misunderstanding. Okay. They born from that. They exist on that. They cover on that. And so our eyes cannot perceive the water. They perceive only the moss. Yesterday we have discussed about the ignorance, avidya, maya. From where the maya does create?
From the self only.
From where that
Oh.
avidya does exist? So maya, avidya, ignorance borns out of self by our own creation. And that maya, that ignorance, that avidya covers the self. Then we can become able to see only the effects of the maya, result of the ignorance, consequence of avidya. But avidya, ignorance, maya, these are the misapprehensions. So these misapprehension arise from me and covers me. and I am unable to recognize my own soul true nature. Our Guruji Swami Tejavananji used to give example, cataract in our eyes. Cataract arises from
Eyes only.
eyes only. You said that cataract takes nutrients
Okay.
from the eyes and it covers eyes. It covers our own vision.
It's a defective
So,
vision.
yeah.
It is a defect.
Yeah, it is a defective vision. Sometimes vision completely blocked. Sometimes vision is get completely blocked due to that cataract. So that cataract born from eyes exists in eyes and covers the eyes. So we have to remove that cataract with help of doctors. Then and then our vision will clear. We can see the objects very clearly. Otherwise, our vision will get blocked. We cannot see the properly. So that cataract become one with our eyes and block the visions.
And we
In the
generally
same
said that our eyes are not seeing properly. But we forget our superficial layer which is formed on the surface of that eyes.
exactly. Therefore, Shankaracharya has used these types of example, like a Shaival, Salilam Saivalam.
Like clouds also.
Clouds also, yes.
In the
Clouds.
previous examples, we have seen that clouds.
Yeah.
Due to the power of that sun only it forms, it covers, and that is why
That's an example.
the same thing here.
यथाकाश
Ha.
Which is that shlokas, Dr. Saab?
यथाकाश ऋषिकेशो वायो नहीं
Yatha Rushikesho.
स्वयं प्रकाशते आत्मा मेघा पायांशुमान.
मेगा
Swayam
पॉइंट
prakashate Atma mega payamshman iva. So, by studying all these examples, this gross body, subtle body, and causal body also is like a moss or like a moss. And in three bodies, again Panchakoshas will arise there. And when I get associated with that Panchakoshas along with three bodies, and the reflection exists in the intellect, then mind, then senses, then entire body, and get identified with that. Shankaracharya uses the word tat tanmaya ivastitaha panchakoshadi yogena. By the association with panchakoshas. So Atma is covered by the panchakoshas. And it become as though it become like that, as though it appears like that. Tanmaya ivastitaha. How he has given example. How does the self Atma is Shuddhatma. Self is pure. Self is uncontaminated. In the self, there is no flaw, there is no defection. It's completely free from everything. Even though due to misunderstanding and ignorance or misconception, by mistakenly, that consciousness identified with the five koshas and their properties, their qualities, their activities, their natures, their attributes are imposed on us and started thinking that I am like that. Tat tanmaya ivastita. Example is given here. Crystal. How does crystal exist? How does crystal exist?
It's a very transparent.
It is very
And
transparent. It is very pure. It is untouched by everything. No one can make impure it.
it's colorless.
It is colorless. Even though that crystal come contact with particular cloth, colors cloth, you can say that. If there is a red color cloth, and on that, if you put the crystal, the color of that cloth will appears in the crystal. And we will say that it is a red crystal. Our eyes will see the red crystal. We will see the red color in that. But the fact is that red color is completely different from the crystal. And crystal is different from the red color, even though color will appear in the crystal. Why? As long as there is association between red color and crystal, till then, the appearance of the red colors we'll see in the crystal. So, the same example, all objects are like a illusory, false, unreal. But as long as the consciousness associate with mind, body, and intellect, so long the attributes of the external factors appears in the self. You may have a good vision, but you are in desert, your eyes will see the mirage water. Actually, there is no water. There is only mirage. Even though your eyes will see the mirage. Why? Because association of the heat of the sun and the surface of the desert.
Refraction of light.
Reflection of the light. It is a play of light.
Refraction, yes.
It is play of light, it is game of light. In the same way, body, mind, intellect along with Panchakoshas are not the self. But the way the self reflects in the intellect and associate with mind, body, and intellect, so long it will appears as though I'm like that. Just as crystal is completely different from the colors, even though when it associates with the different types of colors, the different type of colors will appear in it. But at the same time, no one color has a dare to enter the crystal. But the illusion, the limitation of our own eyes will see the color. Means the illusion will remain as the form of color in crystal, but your intellect will disprove it. Oh my dear, you may say the color is there, but actually color is not there because we have a knowledge. In the same way, we may see this world as a real, but our gurus and shastras and teachers says that, oh my dear, this is the false vision. Why do you give more reality to your senses? How can senses will tell true or fact? Because they have their own limitations. We have to understand the limitation of our senses. They have very little power. Animals and all the creatures have the more and more power than the organs of the human being. But we are such a people, we give the more reality to our own eyes. I say, I saw my own eyes. How do you say that is a false? Oh, my dear, why do you give the more reality to your eyes? It is just instrument. It has its own defection. It has own defect, limitation. So in this way, we have to give the more reality to the vision which given by Shankaracharyas to us, and not give the more reality to the our sense organs, because they will fall us into the more illusion. And Shankaracharya will shift us from the illusion and will put on the clear understanding. So in this way, remaining thoughts we'll see tomorrow. But just today, the introduction of these Panchakoshas. Panchakoshadi yogena tattanmayo yavastitaha shuddhatma nilavasradi yogena spatiko yatha. As long as we are in the waking state, the waking state appears as real. As long as we are in the dream state will appear as real. But moment we wake up from the sleep and exist in the waking state, while remaining in waking state, we can say that dream is false. When we awake to the self-consciousness or enlightenment, then we can say that the waking state is false. But while remaining that state, no one can have a conviction, no one can have a dare to say that this is false. Only as a Shankaracharya and Jnaneshwar Maharaj say that, Swapniche mruga jailalaya. So these are like mirage waters. Swapniche chaile jailalaya. Moment we wake up, all the dream world will disappear. Okay? Thoughts will be continued tomorrow. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamandaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
No questions, no doubt.
वेगळी माया उतरून टाकणार आहे.